Welcome, welcome to Revolution Sundays with yours truly, Dr. A.G. Green. So what to do? Tag and share and tag. Tag and share, tag and tag. Welcome, everybody. Wherever it is you're watching me, whether live or in replay, what a distinctive honor and privilege it is to be on with you today. I am so thankful and so grateful that you are here. Tag, share, and text, tag, share, and tag, share, and text, tag, share, and tag. Let people know that we are streaming live and there is something powerful in the works on their behalf. Thank you. Grand Rising to you and you. Again, you might be watching me in replay, and it might be a grand evening for you. Whatever time of day it is, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Is there anybody else who can see and hear me well? Anybody else can see and hear me well? Thank you. Almighty, we're just so thankful and grateful for these moments fleeting within the spectrum of space-time. In eternity, no consciousness of time itself. Therefore, we are ever linked as a hybrid. We open ourselves up to the divine. Let the gospel of consciousness, awareness of being, and oneness with you ever flourish within us. Thank you for all that you've done and all that you're doing, for the miracles, the signs, the wonders, the great manifestations, the intimacy, the growth, the expansion, the evolution, the evolving, the transformation, the ascension. Thy will is done in us, with us, and through us. Thank you. In the example of Yeshua, in Christ, we pray. His power, his way is consciousness. It is so. And so it is. Thank you. Indeed it is. What a day. What a moment. What a time. Blessings. Thank you so much, Linda. Tag, share, and text. Tag, share, and tag. Tag, share, and text. Tag, share, and tag. There's a passage in Philippians chapter 4 that reminds us of the partnership we have with Christ and the Christ mind. That as often as I can, I'd like to remind you that I can do all things through the Christos who strengthens me. I want you to speak out loud. I can. And you might have a situation or circumstance you're facing right now that appears to be immovable, that appears to be so immense as if it appears there's no way around it or through it. But you're in a partnership with something that is endless and eternal. I want you to type it in the comment section. I can. Come on, type it in the comment section. I can. I'm typing it because it is a gentle reminder to me as a powerful, dynamic, spiritual being who is also a subconscious mind that has access to unlimited knowledge, unlimited power. I can. That's it. Type in the comment section. I can. Type it in the comment section. I can. Indeed, I can. Indeed, I can. Indeed, I can endure. I can manifest more money. I can have happiness. I can achieve to the highest rung of the ladder in my company or in the company, or I can establish my own business. I can establish mental stability. I can experience and know happiness. I can overcome depression. I can deal with the darker sides of self. Come on, type in the comments section and type with emotion and speak it with feeling. I can. You've been designed to overcome sickness and disease. You've been designed to overcome any obstacles. You've been designed to navigate through whatever it is that appears to present itself in your life. That's it. I can. That's it. I can. Know that you 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 know. I can. Now unto him that is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that we ask or think, it's according to the power that worketh in us. We are a dynamic, powerful, spiritual species. We're not impotent. We're not weak. We're not fragile nor frail, as if some have asserted in a poetic way. I am powerful, though. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Right now, as you're speaking, as you're thinking, you're exerting mental power. As a spiritual being with a mind, you're exerting spiritual power, mental power, physical power. As you open your mouth, everything in the universe is considering what you say, is aligning with what you speak. That's how powerful you are. I want you to own it. I want you to feel it. Close your eyes and imagine a power, an electricity, a light flowing through you as you speak the words and type the words. I am powerful. I didn't steal this power. It was given to me inherently by permission of the Creator, the one who established us as a species, the one who allowed us to come into being, even into this physical construct. Created us powerful. Come on, type it in the comment section. I am powerful. That's it. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful enough to soar, powerful enough to overcome, powerful enough to leap tall buildings in a single bound. I am powerful. That's it. Come on. Embrace the power. Know the power. Express the power. Don't be ashamed of the power. Type it in the comment section. I am powerful. Indeed, I am. Indeed, I am powerful. Come on. Indeed, I am powerful. Relish it. What a blessing, what an honor, what a privilege it is to know power, to have experienced the power, to have witnessed the power. Indeed, 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 I am powerful. I love it. I love it. And you should love it too. Don't invest in weakness. The text says, let the weak say that I am strong. Declare your strength. Declare your power today. We all fall in situations, I should say fall, but we find ourselves in thinking circumstances of our thinking where giving up presents itself, where our interpretation of our lives seems to cause us to walk through the valley. But even the text says, you shouldn't fear any evil when you walk through the valley of any shadows of death. For the Lord, the divine, the source, the creator, the sustainer is with you. My God, I feel this today for somebody, not just for myself. I sense it. I know it. I know that I know that I know that I know. Look at your bills. If there's a bill close to you, present it and tell it, I am powerful. Come on here, somebody. Speak out loud. I am powerful. Declare, decree, and know within that everything is listening to you. very subatomic particles in the air are paying attention to your speech. Mhm. Yes, yes, the very cells in your body are taking note of what you're saying. There's an energy that's being transmitted, a power, a presence that is you, that is one with God, that has been established as a powerful, potent being. My goodness. Own it. Own it. Recognize it. Don't be afraid to unleash it. And don't be afraid to exercise it. I want you to type real quickly in the comment section as we're at praise and gratitude alert, at least one thing that you're thankful for. Come on, type at least one thing that you are thankful for. At least one thing that you are thankful for. I know you feel weak at times. I know you're defining yourself by your bank balances. I know that you're defining yourself by maybe how you feel in your heart and your mind as it relates to your self-concept and your self-image and your self-worth. You may have demeaned or diminished yourself, but I am powerful. I don't know, it's hard for me to let it go today, but I am powerful. I want to see at least one thing that you are grateful for today. Type it in the comment section, at least one thing you are thankful and grateful for today. That the energy of praise, the energy of thanksgiving, the energy of gratitude, my goodness, the anointing, the presence always recognizes powerful praise, powerful worship. Come on, type it in the comment section. And I dare you to speak out loud what you typed in the comment section. I dare you right now to just go on a divine rant. Just start speaking the things that you're thankful for. I'm thankful for my life. I'm thankful for health. I'm thankful for wealth. I'm thankful for love. I'm thankful for transportation. I'm thankful for shelter. I'm thankful for peace. I'm thankful for joy. I'm thankful for the food that I ate yesterday and the food that I'm going to consume today. I'm thankful for my 5 senses. I am thankful for a healthy and sound mind. I am thankful for awareness of being. I am thankful for abundant supply. I am thankful for love. I dare you. I dare you to just start speaking out loud the things that you are thankful for. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Thank you, 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 thank you. Sometimes you ought to just wake up in the morning, and as soon as your eyes open and the ceiling comes into view, you ought to just start being thankful. You ought to just start saying thank you, thank you, thank you. You might say thank you, God. You might say thankful, thank you, divine. You might say thank you, source. You might say thank you for life. You might say thankful that I'm here. I encourage you to practice it and live it and be it and become it. Who's praising and being thankful right now as I speak? Come on, type it. Come on, type it. Who's giving praise and thanksgiving right now as I speak? So many things come out of the lips of people throughout the week. But sometimes praise is a sacrifice. It is the fruit of your lips, as one text says. Come on, who's praising? Who's giving thanks and praise right now? Who's doing it? Type it in the comment section. If you're doing it, it's me. Identify that it's you. Identify that it's you. How many complaints came out of your mouth this week? How many things that you didn't like did you declare, decree, and speak? No, we're reversing that. We're speaking more things we're thankful for. We're speaking more things we're grateful for. We're giving more credit to the creator, source, sustainer, the divine, God, Yeshua, than we give credit to the things that we feel or appear not to be going in the direction we wanted to go. Oh, how dare us betray ourselves by using our mouths to speak more complaints than we do thanksgiving. Oh, I feel that one. I feel that one. Not only is your creator, not only is the creator worthy of your thankfulness, not only is this universe that has been constructed to support you worthy of receiving the vibration and energy of your praise, but you are worthy of transmitting it. You are worthy of giving it. You are worthy of a joy and a happiness that should be connected to you being thankful and you being grateful. Oh my goodness. Thank you. 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 So what if your utilities got cut off? Been there before. It's the inside that defines the outside. I'm still going to be thankful. I'm still going to be grateful. I've had to learn in every situation and circumstance I've been in to practice praise, thanksgiving, and gratitude. Oh, I feel it today. I sense it so strongly, and it is true. You will change. Circumstances will shift just because you're thankful and grateful. That is because in addition to a conscious, divine creator, source, and sustainer that's in you, that's one with you, that's a part of you, there's a whole world that has been designed to bend to your will. There's something about knowing that you know that you are blessed. Know that you know that you are empowered. Know that you are favored in all transactions, in all relationships, in all situations, in all circumstances. It doesn't matter what the doctor says. You get to decide how you feel. You get to decide how you think. You might be in the midst of pessimistic, cynical people who are Debbie Downers and always frowning. You get to choose to be thankful. You get to choose to give praise. You get to choose to glorify your Creator and glorify who and what you are in this moment. It's not about flaws. It's not about inefficiencies. It's not about how ineffectual you feel that you are. It's not about how you see yourself in a negative way, but I encourage you to change that, and just thank the Creator for who you are right now, what you have, what you possess, and learn how to not just praise Him for what you are now, but praise Him for what you are becoming. Ooh, my, I sense it. I sense it. Shake it off. Shake it off. Shake it off. Who's opening their mouth? Who is opening their mouth? I will not be consumed by darkness. I will not be consumed by the darkness of my own thoughts. I will not be consumed by the premeditations of my own downfall. I will not be consumed by gloom. I will not be consumed by doom. Oh, in this moment, I am blessing everything I can bless. I'm thanking God for the very phone that I'm watching me on, or the very TV, or the very device. Come on now. It is your choice. It is your choice. It is your choice. Fall in love with yourself. Thank the very heavens, the very Creator, for who and what you are today. Love your face, love your eyes, love your nose, love your lips. And if there's something about it you want to change it, love it enough to see it transformed and transfigured. Oh, I sense and feel that even right now. I want you right now, even if the bank account balance doesn't look and feel the way you want it to look and feel, change that feeling. Change that vibration by not seeing $100 in your account, but thanking God for the 100, and then being thankful for the 10,000, then being thankful for the 100,000. Oh my goodness. I feel it. I feel it. I sense it. I feel it. I sense it. Ooh, who is this for besides me in this moment? So thankful. So thankful. So thankful. So thankful. So thankful. Thank you for the likes and hearts that I see coming in abundance on Facebook and even on YouTube. I'm glad you stopped by. Thank you for tagging and sharing. Thank you for participating this morning. I sense your spirit. I sense your heart. I sense your vibrations. I sense where you are in this moment. And I need to just tell somebody, don't give up. You think you've exhausted your search, but you have not exhausted everything. Don't give up. Keep going. Keep going. Keep answering the bell. Keep showing up every day. Keep showing up every day you possibly can. And just make up in your mind, it doesn't make a difference what my five senses are saying to me. I am thankful. I am thankful. And I am grateful. Visit theaggreen.com if you want to keep up what's going on in the latest happenings. There's updates that we just made recently. Visit divinespeciesshop.com if you want to buy some paraphernalia, some shirts, even prayer requests and things like that. Personal guidance from me. Divinespeciesshop.com. And of course, as you see at the bottom of the screen, you can follow me on the various social media websites or social media sites that you see listed. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your support and participation. And don't forget, we are moving most of our programming within the next week. It's going to be moved. We're moving it to Patreon. And so patreon.com/AGGreenNow. That's patreon.com/AGGreenNow. We want you to make sure that if you're not a member, that you at least become a free member. And we are going to start making more programming exclusive to those who are investing in what we're doing here on this platform with a paid tiered membership. We've been talking about this for over a year now, and the time is upon us. There are multiple articles that were put up last week for you to read and for you to consider. And so I hope that you've had an opportunity to see those articles. I believe there's some videos up as well. And we're going to install some more day-to-day programming for Patreon beginning this week. I'll be putting in some extra time and some extra hours, making sure that gets done for everybody. All right. So we want to make sure that you tune in. Beginning the week of September 15th, we're going to be moving full time more of our programming there. Listen, if you're not a paid member yet, you can get the first month 50% off by using the discount code REV50. Discount code REV50. All right. That will give you the first month 50% off. All right. So make sure that you make your way over there. One more thing I want to put up concerning that. Let's see. So that means we're going to see more of course, Revolution Sunday and what we do on Wednesday night, Spiritual Awakening. Two groups, luminaries and enlightened ones. Luminaries and enlightened ones. These are the benefits of being a luminary and an enlightened one. So we want to make sure that you make your way over there. All right, listen, I put some very important information up. The last blog series that I'm doing that is specifically family, it's specifically for the paid tiers, is a discussion on the Bible. And I have said to you, and I'm a man of my word, that I'm going to follow up many of these series now. As I do on Sundays and Wednesdays, I'm going to follow them up with a video, and I'm going to have some excerpts from some experts as well in these videos. But I started a discussion with you in the paid tiers on the Bible. Who's read it? And if you're not caught up, you need to get caught up. I also want to remind you, let me see if I can put up something on the screen, a graphic for that on the screen. My podcast is back, and it has been back for a few weeks now. Let's see here. I'm gonna put up a graphic. This is what it looks like on I think that's Spotify, the Divine You podcast. There are, I think, at least 8 up now. Every week, you should be seeing them every week up through the end of the year, most likely up through the 12th month of the year. I'm making many of them in advance and getting them programmed, pre-programmed, and preloaded. I just finished up a series on affirmations I think you want to check out. And if you don't know how to get to the podcast, just visit theaggreen.com. There's an audio version at the bottom, but we also have a video version that's on the Divine You podcast channel on YouTube. Just type in the Divine You podcast or the Divine You with Dr. A.G. Green, and that YouTube channel should come up. All right. Now, if you haven't made your way over to Patreon, family, make your way over there. As I have said to you before, we got to start treating Patreon like we treat our other social media sites, meaning that you check it frequently, you check it often. I want you to make sure you like, I want you to make sure you leave your comments, and at the same time, share articles that you can share with people. And listen, don't be ashamed to share an article that they can't read. It just means they had to become a free or a paid member to read it. And if they're intrigued enough and want to grow, then family, they are going to make the necessary step that it takes to be able to access this information. Now, I want you to type this in the comment section. I want you to type this in the comment section. Type this in the comment section. This community has a growth mindset. Type that in the comment section. This community has a growth mindset. I want you to type that in the comment section. Then I'm going to get into my teaching today. I've given you the announcements. We won't put Hillary on today for the sake of time. But I want you to type it in the comment section. This community has a growth mindset. I want you to type that in the comment section for me. This community has a growth mindset. And while you're typing that, again, we are going to continue to develop more ideas for you moving forward for our Patreon community. You will get more value than what you're paying for. We'll continue to do our giving within that platform, and we'll continue to dialogue. We're going to do some impromptu pop-ups, some lives. You just need to stay near your email and stay alert, okay, as to when we're going to be dropping more and more information. Now, those who may be technologically challenged or don't know how to work Patreon and you want a membership, I've got people, as we say, on a, I don't use the term fixed income, but they get a check every month. And I am willing to work with our consistent, faithful viewers. So they give offerings to me, some tithe every month, and I will take that and put it towards your membership and make sure we set it up where it's paid for a year for you. So if you give $50, $60, $70 a month, I think the 777 level is like 93 and some change. All right. I'm not letting no cat out the bag, but I'm going to work with those who've been here because I want you on the paid tiers, because the purpose of the paid tiers, number one, is for you to have more skin in the game. Number two, for me to start being able to drop knowledge in a safe place to a people who have a growth mindset. All right. So some of you all give once or twice a month when your check hits. And just tell me you wanted to go towards your Patreon, and I will work with you to try and get it set up for a year. And then after that, you could just continue to give the way you've been giving, and it'll go toward the me or whatever else, however else I've been applying it when it comes in. Because I want y'all, I've had somebody take names of people who watch me consistently, and I'm doing that for a reason. There's a blessing always in you for it now, but there's also going to be a blessing in it for you later. At some point in time, I'm going to bless the people who have supported me consistently week in and week out. You're not going to always just see the amount of people you see on the stream now. You're not going to always just see the amount of people you see on social media now. At some point in time, that's going to change. There's going to be more people. And the people that I normally see, like now, I might not see your names, but I'm going to know your name. because you are here now. And I'm going to make sure that I always stay connected to you. Now, I had you to type this as a growth mindset community. You know why? Because we read here. We don't just watch videos. One psychologists in general, psychologists, sociologists, some neuroscientists are saying one of the worst things that can happen or that's happening to the brains of everybody who's living now is the consumption of brief information on the internet. All right. Yes, people are making videos shorter. And what that means is they're making them shorter because the attention span is shorter. So number one, there's an addiction to scrolling. I want you to understand there's actually a term for it. It generates the pleasure centers of the brain. Number two, because people have developed such short attention spans, most of the time they can't even finish a 2 or 3 minute video. And they can't even read a 2,000 word article all the way through. So what scientists, people who study the brain and people who specialize in these areas have come to learn is people are not fully consuming information to the level of comprehension anymore, because they might watch 50 30-second videos throughout a day and don't remember all of the things about the 50 videos they watch. You remember in school they had what's called reading and comprehension. And comprehension meant you had to be able to read and then comprehend what you were reading, and then you would take a test to see what you comprehended. This modern day generation, including ourselves, has to be careful, because it is already being notated that when we don't learn how to focus, the art of focus is being lost. The art of focus is being lost. So the way you enhance, the way you grow, the way you're empowered is number one, by how you consume your information. Am I making any sense? So in our community, when I take the time to do the research and put the articles together and all these other things, they're designed for your enhancement. It's designed for your empowerment. We have a mantra here. Okay. We are evolving. We are transforming. We are ascending. We're not just doing that purely spiritually. We're doing that mentally. And the way we do it mentally is that we must read. We must research. Okay. We must consume information. We must process it. Then we must study it out ourselves. Then we must apply it to our personal lives. All right. So that's why I blog. Eventually, you will see more videos. I have videos of a well-known scholar up right now on purpose to teach you, but more of those videos are coming for your growth and for your development. Did I make any sense with what I just said, family? Talk back to me. Did I make any sense with what I just said? People, it's not enough to just listen to me or other speakers. Apply yourself to read. All right. So what we're learning is that people are spending more time with their brains scrolling than they actually are reading or watching educational videos and taking notes and then applying it to their personal lives. And let me say this last but not least, the way the brain is trained, okay, and everybody's brain is not the same, but the way it's trained is that once something else comes into its center of awareness, it will release what it was once focused on to focus on something else. And this is why information is not being retained in the way that it used to be retained, because there's a sensory overload. So you might watch 50 videos or see 50 posts, but you don't remember most of what the 50 posts said. And then your reticular activating system, your cognitive bias, okay, also is only going to focus on the things that align with your beliefs, okay, which means that you might be missing some good information, all right, even in some of the articles you're reading. So listen, I am invested in you. I am 100% investing in your evolution, in your transformation, and in your ascension. And one of the ways we're going to do it is through articles and through informational videos, then through panels and settings and dialogue and conversation. I'm just going to pop up and we just talk sometimes inside Patreon. I might just go on a rant. I'm going to start my divine rants. Type in the comment section, divine rants with an S, divine rants. Sometimes I'm just going to pop on and just go on a rant. Not bad, but good. Okay. So I want you to prepare yourself. And that's why I want you to take time to read the articles. All right. Thank you so much for listening to my soliloquy, my dissertation on today. Hebrews 11:1. Let's go there real quickly. And then we're going to go to Matthew 6:6. Hebrews 11:1 and then Matthew 6:6. We've been talking about faith. Thank you for the hearts that's coming through. We've been talking about faith and we're almost finished. But this morning, as I was looking into, remember, I'm teaching from the article that I did on faith in the feeling of mechanics, and our resident therapist is going to put what installment we're on numerically, because I don't know what number. He'll put it up and I'll put it up on the screen. And I gave you some, in the article, some things to do. I entitled it Soul Mechanics, How to Activate Faith and Feeling. And I thought I needed to give you more step-by-step information, more step-by-step information. Our other assistant is not on today. She's on her way to have herself checked out. She apparently cut herself her leg or something accidentally. So I want somebody else to just fill in the blanks for her today. It's my Krista. Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Let's see here. Thank you, sir. Part 9, faith and feeling, the spiritual mechanics of creation. Almighty, we thank you for your guidance, your instruction. Yeshua's consciousness, power, and way. It is so, and so it is. So now, let me say this. I have spent, that means 8 previous installments talking about faith. Let me sip something. Throat is getting a little dry. 8 previous installments talking about faith, right? So what that means is I have, from a spiritual, metaphysical, scientific, let's see, physics and quantum physics, more quantum mechanics point of view, talk to you about the correlation and connectivity between the spiritual and the natural, between faith as something that is spiritual and physical, something outside of the physical dimension that impacts the physical dimension. Then I'm showing you some information to prove that faith does work, even from a scientific level. I'm not going through all of that today. Okay. What I want to do is what people normally don't do. And here's the NIV. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. So a lot of times when people talk about faith, they talk about it one or two dimensionally, or they talk about it, but they don't take people through the mechanics of faith. They don't necessarily give you a how-to. They don't necessarily, sometimes people give you steps. I want to give you something more specific in terms of how to utilize and how to exercise faith. All right. So now I want Matthew 6:6 to be put up real quickly. And we've exegeted Hebrews 11:1. Now faith, the word faith there, Greek word pistis, credence or conviction of truth concerning God, is the substance, assurance, undersupporting things, person, place, things can also be situationally hoped for. Hope is expectation. The expectation also of something good. Evidence, which is proof, from that Greek word that means proof. That means we have it. Of the unseen. The unseen. So faith is not about, hear what I'm saying today. Faith is not about acknowledging the seen. Faith is about acknowledging the unseen, not unseen to the mind, not unseen to the spirit, but unseen by the natural, unseen by the physical world or the physical dimension or the three-dimensional world. I want you to hear me today. The thing that you want to materialize three-dimensionally first is seen, hear me, by faith, but unseen in the physical. It's seen by faith before it's seen in the physical. It's seen by faith in your possession before it is actually achieved in the physical possession of it, the physical formation of it. I personally believe that everything is finished and everything is done. So you may be, for example, desiring a 2027 vehicle. Well, it is true. There's a design for the 2027 vehicle, although it has not been produced yet in this calendar year of 2025. That's already within on the drawing board of the manufacturer. And it may not have come down the assembly line yet, but it exists in you first. But by the time it comes into your physical possession, it's already made. It's already put together for you. You don't go to the plant and put it together. You don't go to the plant and make the order. Watch this. And this is how things work as it relates to using faith to manifest. Faith puts in the order of both of creation and manifestation. Creation and manifestation. All right. And when I say creation, I do mean, yes, some things are already made, but you're creating it as a possession, as something that is in your possession, something that is a part of your ownership. So it exists in you as the owner. It exists a part of you as the owner. I was intending to do some diagrams on this. If I could continue this maybe 1 or 2 more weeks, I will. I just want you right now. I wish I had these diagrams today. I want you right now. I want you right now to put in the comment section real quickly. What is something you desire to have in life? Put that in the comment section real quickly. Just name 1 or 2 things you desire to have in life right now. I want to see what those things are. Real quickly. 1 or 2 things you desire to have in life right now. Type it in the comment section for me. Type that in the comment section for me. 1 or 2 things you desire to have in life right now. And we're going to go to Matthew 6:6 in a minute. I should have got that bottle of water like I started to. But I'll be good. I'll power my way through it. Real quickly. Come on. I want you to type in the comment section 1 or 2 things you desire. 1 or 2 things you desire. Don't be shy on YouTube or Facebook. 1 or 2 things you desire real quickly. It might be a home. It might be a car. It might be a job. It might be a degree. It might be a position on a job. It might be a baby. It might be companionship. It could be a certain amount of money. It could be a trip or a vacation. It could be health or healing in your body. I want you to type in the comment section real quickly. 1 or 2 things you desire real quickly. Let's see here. Okay. To have my family covered with mercy. Okay. Anybody else? Let's see. A house, finances that will allow me to help others in need. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. So thank you for those who shared in the comment section. Let's see. Here we go. A maroon Lincoln Navigator. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. So we're going to go to Matthew 6:6. But what I want people to understand and recognize is that since faith lives inwardly, since faith, hear me, when I say faith I'm going to use a term like a product of the mind, meaning that it is contained within our thoughts. So we're spiritual and mental. I believe that there's a spiritual mind that exists outside of the physical mind. Why do I say that? Not just from ancient texts, but from people who've literally died, been pronounced dead, who had an intellect and had feeling outside of the physical body as they watched family gather around them or watch doctors pronounce them dead, could hear everything in the room, could see their shell of a body laying on that table, laying on that ground. Hear what I'm saying today? They still had all of what we call the five senses. That means there's a thinking mind in us as a spiritual being. Okay. So faith, as the great mystics would say, lives in the imagination, is sprung forth from the imagination, is generated from the imagination. Well, why do I say that? And again, we almost have to recondition the masses when they hear the word imagination, because people equate imagination with uselessness, and people equate imagination with daydreaming. Remember, they used to tell you, don't you get caught in class, sometimes you go into that gaze or that stare, and they say, stop daydreaming. You're daydreaming back there. Pay attention to what's going on in class. Do you realize that that a lot of daydreams became physical, concrete, substantial reality? Do you realize that a lot of inventions were conceived by what we call the daydream? Do you realize the daydream is simply you imagining something? Everything comes out the imagination. When you decide you have faith and you see or sense or know within yourself that something is done, it starts first where? In the imagination. That's where it starts. Your image of who you are starts in the imagination. There's a self-image. Understand that the self-image is being projected right now for everybody to see. You are manifesting your self-image. Your self-image is really the belief you hold of yourself in your own imagination. I want you to catch what I'm saying today. So faith springs forth from the imagination. Faith lives in the imagination. Okay? The imagination is divine and creative. People just need to learn how to persist in the thing that they imagine. But most of the time, people are talked out of the reality of what they see in their imagination, because again, you are told by somebody else it's not realistic. This is what I want to say, family. What's realistic for you is not necessarily realistic for somebody else. And what's unrealistic for somebody else is not necessarily unrealistic for you. So we sometimes allow people to break the chain of our inner imagination and inner reality that we are creating. Hear what I'm saying today. When you are desiring to solve a problem, the problem is going to be solved from within your imagination. You are typically going to be imagining what the problem is, and then within your imagination is going to come a solution, the answer. Mm, mm, mm. Oh my goodness. I want you to understand that. That's right. I gave a quote. Imagination is not about escaping reality. It's about creating it. So many people have been taught as if the imagination is unreliable. Can I tell you something, family? Can I really tell you something? I'm going to tell you something right now. The thing that's most reliable in our species is our imagination. Yeah, I just said that. I'm going to say it again. The thing that's most reliable amongst our species and in our species is the imagination. You're going to eat what you imagine today. You're going to watch what you imagine today. And I got to get us off here because it's the first Sunday. It's the first Sunday, family, of the NFL season. It started on Thursday. You see who I'm representing today? Come on here, somebody. You see who I'm representing today? We lost, but still. It's 1977. I'll go back to 77 with the Cowboys. In our imagination, we're going to decide if we watch football, what teams we watch. In our imagination, we're going to decide if we're going to eat a steak or not. That's where we're going to see it at. That's where we're going to salivate from. That's what we're going to feel today. Am I making any sense to anybody? From within your, as Neville Goddard would say, human imagination. You're watching me on a device that was once imagined. I'm talking to you through a microphone that was once imagined. I'm talking to you through a camera that was once imagined. Hear what I'm saying today. There are graphics on the screen. I made the graphics on the screen. They existed first in my imagination. Hear what I'm saying. It is reliable and it is displayed every day in what we call three-dimensional physical reality. It's the imagination of another being, of another person, as we call them on this planet. Another human being, as the term that has been coined to describe us. That's all you're seeing. And when you go out in nature, watch this. When you go outside of your house and you see trees, you're seeing the imagination of a creator. Hear me, I don't want to confuse you. Whether it is a creator that exists in another sector of the spiritual dimension, that same creator exists in you. You're seeing what you perceive to be sky, what you perceive to be trees, what you perceive to be grass, what you perceive to be colors. It's coming out of your imagination. Oh my goodness. Hear what I'm saying today. Don't play your imagination cheap. If you play your imagination cheap, you're going to manifest a cheap reality. If you play your imagination cheap, you're going to manifest a cheap reality. If you play your imagination cheap, you're going to manifest a cheap reality. Your reality can be nothing greater or lesser than what you are thinking. It can be greater or it cannot be greater or lesser than what you are imagining. So when we're talking faith, we're talking using a part of us that is able to create an image. So a lot of times when we talk about faith, people throw scriptures at you and examples, and that's all good. I've done it. I want to give you some detailed pointers. So the first thing is, and how to consciously exercise and utilize faith, and consciously exercise and utilize the power we are and the power we possess. I'm going to start with imaginal scenes. Type in the comment section, imaginal scenes. Imaginal scenes. Type that in the comment section, imaginal scenes. I want you to type that in the comment section, imaginal scenes. And I am the first partaker of any fruit that comes out of my mouth in terms of information, knowledge, or wisdom. For years, I manifested a reality that was far beneath my potential because I put in my imagination a cheapened version of myself and a cheapened version of my ability, a cheapened image of my capabilities and potentiality. In other words, my ability to potentiate, I diminished it. Therefore, it reflected back to me in the physical and in the 3D. And people are doing that every single day of their lives, constantly counting themselves out, constantly not challenging themselves to create a better image of themselves, to do the inner work, to align with a higher, better version of themselves. Because culture and environment and how they interpret the challenges, difficulties, and hardships of the culture and the environment, they've allowed those things to condition them to believe that they should settle for little. They should settle for what they could get. They should settle for less. This is what you produced within your imagination. You saw yourself miniature and you produced a miniature life. You saw yourself as lackluster and you produced a lackluster life. You saw yourself as scarce and little, and because you didn't have this, that, or the other, it developed into a core belief that your imagination recycled and rehearsed every day. Hear me, and you use your faith in your human imagination to produce an experience in this reality that's far beneath the greatest, best version of you. I want you to type it in the comment section. I want you to type this in the comment section. There is a better version of me than now. Wow. Type that in the comment section. There is a better version of me than now. Type that in the comment section. There is a better version of me than now. Let's see. You put up Matthew 6:6 some time ago. Let me get to it before I get to the steps. But when you pray, this is Yeshua talking, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you. But when thou prayest, enter into thy closet, and when thou hast shut the door, pray to thy Father which is in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly. Family, let's see who puts it up real quickly. Thank you so much. Family, Yeshua is not just talking about a physical door. You can walk behind a physical door and nothing happens. Prayer is an internal thing. I'm going to say it again. I don't care how often we pray audibly. Prayer is not an audible thing. Prayer is an internal thing. What you hear people saying audibly, you can hear it audibly because it's first generated internally. The spiritual and metaphysical interpretation of the text is that when you pray, you go deeper inside yourself into a secret place where you close off everything in the physical. You shut the door on everything in the sensorial in terms of the physical dimension, in terms of what is considered to be space and time, in terms of what is considered to be empirical data, in terms of what is considered to be scientifically proven, in terms of concrete substantial reality. You close the door to that. You close the door to that. You close the door to that, to the sensual interpretation of the reality, the sensual validation and interpretation and certification of what's real. You close the door on that and you enter into the secret places of you as a spirit being who is, watch this, pure consciousness. I want you to catch this. Spiritual beings don't know that there's pure consciousness. And in being pure consciousness, many times spiritual beings don't realize that I am connected to the Creator and everything in this pure conscious state. It is when we attach labels to I am that are inferior to our elevated states of consciousness that drags us down or brings in a reality of a diminished version of who I am declaring I am. But when you close that door, wow, to the world, when you close that door to the noise, when you close that door to other people's opinions, when you close the door to the news, when you close the door to the labels, when you close the doors to other people's opinion, hear what I'm saying today, and enter into the secret chamber of yourself, the secret chamber of your spirit. Catch what I'm saying today. The secret chamber of who and what you really are. The secret chamber of an inner dimension of you. Do you realize that the NASB says enter into your inner room? Strong's describes it as an inner chamber. The origin in later form from the word in Greek that literally means treasury. Catch what I'm saying today. When you pray, watch this, to your Father, which is in secret. The Father lives in you. The Father is one with you. The Father is pure consciousness. The Father is pure power. Hear what I'm saying today? I'm going to say it again. The Father is pure consciousness. The Father is pure awareness. The Son is awareness of being. connected to the Father, and awareness of being connected to all consciousness, and awareness of being connected to the Father, which is all things and everything. But when you close that door, hear me, and connect with the Father, creator, source, sustainer, the divine, that is one with you. Hear what I'm saying today. Then the Father, the divine, the source, the sustainer, the creator is going to reward you openly. In other words, you're going to be rewarded three-dimensionally. You're going to be rewarded by seeing that which you prayed, that which you apprehended internally, that which you captured, that which you own. Watch this. How did I capture it? How did I own it? I captured it and owned it and possessed it by faith, by this knowing, by this conviction. I allowed myself to be taken out of the physical arena. I allowed myself to be taken out of the physical construct. I allowed myself to be taken out of what people consider to be real, which is an inferior reality. Everything physical, substantial, concrete, in terms of the three-dimensional, is inferior. And I opened the door of my consciousness into pure consciousness. I opened the door of my own consciousness into something eternal, the Father, into something unlimited, the Father, into something that's endless, the Father, into something that's all in all, the Father. Now that I am aware of that connection, hear what I'm saying today. I am going to be rewarded openly. I know you never heard it explained like that, probably like that before, but I need you to really, you might have to watch this again. You might have to listen to this explanation again, but I want you to understand that all prayer, real prayer, where you see results and evidence, means a person has gone inside themselves and shut the door. It's not lip service. Hear what I'm saying today. Oh my goodness. It's spiritual dynamism. It's spiritual power. It's opening the door to the inner chamber to access the divine, to access the Father, to access the creator that lives in you, that is a part of you. In him you live and move and have your being. Hear what I'm saying today. You tap into that space where you're welcome to live, where you're welcome to reside, where you should reside. Glory. And you're rewarded openly. You typed imaginal scenes. You typed imaginal scenes. That was number one. Imaginal scenes are mental pictures or inner movies in which you place yourself inside the experience of your fulfilled desire. Did y'all catch that? Let me put it in the comment section. Did I make that plain enough, what I just said? Imaginal scenes are mental pictures or inner images in which you place yourself inside the experience of your fulfilled desire. And it should be as first person, family. You're living in the end. When you place yourself, watch this. Let's see, my brother here, let me put it up. Our resident mystic. Let me see. Let me find his request here. It was for a Lincoln Navigator. Let me find it. Let me find it. I'm going to put it, excuse me, a maroon Lincoln Navigator. So check this out. Our resident mystic, watch this. Our resident mystic will take the principle of what I just said, the principle of what I just said in terms of the inner movie, place himself inside the experience of driving the maroon Lincoln Navigator. Do you know, I know some folks who have intentionally, so that their brains could remember the physical experience. They've literally went up to dealerships and test drove cars they wanted just so that they could smell it, just so that they could put their hands on the steering wheel, just so that they could see how it felt for their hind parts, their backside, to sit on those leather seats or whatever the seats were, just so that they could remember the experience of the console, just so that they could remember the experience of the drive, of the ride, come on now, of the smell of the vehicle. And they later manifested it. You know why? Because after they physically drove it, they spiritually drove it, which meant they spiritually owned it, which meant they spiritually possessed it, because they created, watch this, they created faith. They had the assurance of their expectation, the expectation of the inner movie or the mind movie they created was them owning and driving the car. Remember, I taught you that biology is belief and belief is projected into biology. I taught you that the subconscious mind does not know the difference between what's physical and what's imagined. Hear what I'm saying today. We've gone over all of that. So when people create these imaginal scenes in faith where they are possessing the thing they want, so he's riding in this maroon Navigator, he's smelling the new car smell of it. Come on now. He's looking at his dashboard that he likes. He's reimagining the interior. Hear what I'm saying today. And he's having maybe a conversation with somebody, or maybe he texts me and said, preacher, I got that maroon Navigator that you talked about. Hear what I'm saying? Maybe that's the text message that he sees in his mind. In his short, simple scene, he's living in the end. And the creative forces are saying, okay, he's living in the end. This is so. This has to be. And as long as he persists in that, my goodness, as long as he persists in riding in his maroon Lincoln Navigator, he'll be riding in it three-dimensionally. So we start with imaginal scenes. So here's how you practice it. I just gave you a little bit of it. Here's how you practice it. Remember that woman with the issue of blood? I bring her up all the time. She said within herself, if I may but touch the hem of his garment. You remember she said that? You remember she said that? So we're still on the imaginal scenes. Create a short, simple scene. I'm giving you the mechanics now. Create a short, simple scene. Okay. Again, I've done this and I know it works. Whether I want to travel out of town somewhere, whether I want to manifest income or whatever, I've used short, simple scenes. And in my faith is creating the end state, the wish fulfilled, the answer prayer to the prayer in a short, simple scene. Okay. I want you to select something that would naturally happen if your desire were already true. Just like I mentioned to him before, Turk might send me a text. You might be shaking a friend's hand. They might be congratulating you on passing the test, or the new day on the job, or, eclipsing the 100,000 year mark in terms of salary. Or you might be sitting down at a dinner table in your new home talking to somebody. That's a short, simple scene. The next thing I want you to do is, this is all under imaginal, all under imaginal. I'm putting it up now. I want you to step into the scene. Step into the scene. You're going to step into the scene. So don't observe yourself like you're watching a movie. And some teachers do teach that. You can do that. But it is preferred that you not observe yourself like you're watching a movie, but like you're in the scene. In other words, look out of your own eyes. Hear the sounds. Feel the textures. If you can, smell the air. And I know everybody might not be good at this, and you might have to practice, putting some sense or associating sense with certain environments. For example, if you desire a vacation near an ocean and you don't know, you can't cause yourself in this vision to smell the ocean, that's fine. The sunlight beaming on your face, the waves. Hear what I'm saying today. Those might be things that you can hear or things that you can see in the vision. That's still good. But you want to step into the scene. You want to be actually there. In other words, you're not you looking at you at the beach. You are you at the beach, looking through your own eyes. Am I making any sense? Am I making any sense? I'm going to say it again. You're not you looking at yourself at the beach. You're you looking out your own eyes at the beach, which means you're not going to see from third person like the whole person. You head to toe like you're outside yourself. You're going to see yourself, watch this, bifocally, meaning that you can only see what's in front of you, and you got to look down to look at your body and look in the mirror to see your whole self. You are literally in the scene. Family, I know it works. I've done it many times for many different situations. I persisted in it knowing that it was done in first person. You step into the scene. Okay, let me put this in here real quickly. The next thing you're going to do after you step into the scene, oh, you're learning anything. I need some likes and hearts coming in on Facebook. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to loop it. Replay the scene for 2 to 5 minutes daily. Now, it doesn't have to quite be 2 to 5 minutes. You might just be able to do 30 seconds to a minute. 30 seconds to a minute. Let's see what our resident therapist is saying. Synchronicities you just gave us. Smell the ocean the other day while I was meditating on a walk. He'll be at that ocean 3-dimensionally. It won't be long from now. He'll be sitting by that ocean. He'll be walking that beach. Yeah. It's a synchronicity. It's about to take place in the 3-dimensional for you. It's already taking place in you. Replay the scene for 2 to 5 minutes. Keep it simple, vivid, and emotionally real. And I used to teach when I taught faith, oh, you don't have to have emotions, faith. I used to teach it. I don't teach that no more. Now, don't get me wrong. If you can use faith without feeling it, fine. But it's better to be able to condition your body, which means you're impressing your subconscious mind, the subconscious you, that this is a reality. Okay, this divine part of you makes it happen because it says it's already happened. Are you hearing what I'm saying? It causes the 3-dimensional world to submit to it. Do you realize that the things that we charge the most emotionally, whether it's negative or positive, are the things that show up in our lives? If you're passionately angry about something, or passionately pissed about something, or passionately annoyed, that's why that thing keeps showing up in your life, because you keep adding energy to it. But I encourage you, the next time you get ticked off, if you take the energy away, you'll stop seeing more of those situations happen in your life, because it's typically a cycle we are producing. Loop it. Take a few minutes a day to loop it. Okay? Take a few minutes today to loop it. Just revisit it. You don't have to do it a long time. Just revisit it and have all the components that you can in your sensory mechanism where you're feeling and you're having a conversation. You know, he could smell the ocean, all those other kinds of things that are relevant for you in that experience. The woman said within herself, if I may but touch the hem of his garment. A lot of times, again, I didn't know to look deeper into the text, to realize that she couldn't say within herself without seeing within herself. She saw within herself. That's why she said within herself. She was saying within herself, which meant she was imagining it, which meant she was the first person in experiencing the miracle before she ever met Yeshua in a physical form. The next thing is anchor before sleep. Anchor before sleep. Let me do a better job with that. Let's see. There should have been a, let me try it again, because I don't like when stuff don't show up the way it should. Here we go. I'm going to put it back up on the screen again with a colon this time. Anchor before sleep. Practicing in a drowsy state before sleep. They call it SATS now, or state akin to sleep. Makes the impression on the subconscious mind stronger. I've done this, family. Again, no begging, no wishing, no hoping. You hear what I'm saying? Just thought about something 7 nights in a row, 20 nights in a row that I desired before I went to sleep. Thought about it. When I say thought, I mean imagine it, spoke it to myself, and had sometimes a quick scene in my mind right before I drifted off to sleep. It manifested. It happened. Sometimes better than the way I imagined it. Am I making any sense to anybody? Okay. And let me see this. Let me give you some supporting advice real quickly. And then I'm going to release you today. I hope you're learning something. I hope you're learning something. We put a couple of things up and then I'm going to release you today. Uh, the first information I want to put up is that studies on mental imagery show rehearsing desired actions and imagination can prime the brain as if the event were real. Okay, and you see the reference or the cited reference on the screen. Okay, again, I try and hook up things with uh, facts. I don't want you to think this is just woo woo stuff. Even if it was just woo woo stuff that couldn't be proven, but it still worked. Well, if it works, it works. But I like to try and put some supporting evidence with it. Studies on mental imagery show that rehearsing desired actions in imagination can prime the event as if the event were real. Okay, I really intended to put this up right here. Neuroscience. Functional MRI scans revealed that visualizing activities, similar neural pathways as actual experience, reveals that visualizing activates similar neural pathways as actual experience. Just powerful. So these things are certified by science. So I gave you a few steps. That's the first step I gave you today. I couldn't give you all three today. I'm going to give you the second one tomorrow. It's not tomorrow, next week. And then probably the week after that, I'll give you the last one and we should be finished with this series. All right. So I want you to start practicing. And you can start what we call small. Okay. Start what we call small. Remember we did the eating exercise? Remember that? And a lot of y'all did the eating exercise before you went to bed and actually the food that you desired came right into your reality for you easily and quickly. I want to encourage you to try something. When I say small, and let me say this. When I say small, I shouldn't say small. I should say believable. I want you to type it in the comment section. This must be believable to me. Type that in the comment section. This must be believable to me. Type that in the comment section. This must be believable to me. I want you to type that in the comment section. This must be believable to me. This must be believable to me. Now let me tell you why I say it must be believable. Then I'm going to close. For most people, $1, $10, $100, be able to pray, meditate, or receive a prayer answer for that is more believable. Let the music settle in. Let me see if it's better. See if it catches it. Let me know what I sound like now. You still can't hear me? Let me know if you still can't hear me real quickly. Okay, voice going in and out. What about now? What about now? Is that better now? I got one better. Okay. So those amount of monies are, and you know why it's easier for many times for us to believe? Is because we've been taught that $1,000 is harder to achieve. We've been taught $10,000 is harder to achieve. We've been taught $1 million is just, ooh, that's a lot of money. And the average person will never make that in their lifetime. So we're conditioned to think that it's harder to experience in this lifetime what we say are greater amounts of money. So as a result of that, when we start talking about manifesting millions, your conscious mind might be saying, yeah, but your subconscious mind is saying, well, for 20 years, you told me this is hard. For 20 years, you just said, we should just settle for getting by. For 20 years, you just said, well, money is hard to come by. Your subconscious mind said, this is what you programmed me to think. Or you programmed me to think that this amount of money is associated with evil people, or your subconscious would say, or you programmed me to think that this amount of money is associated with crooks, shady people, or special people. Am I making any sense to anybody? So when you start praying to manifest multiple millions or even six figures, that part of you doesn't comply. It resists you initially. But if you say, in your seeing, you see somebody giving you $100, well, that's happened to you before. Or you received a check for $1,000, or you receive increase of $1,000. Oh yeah, that's happened to me before. It's more believable to you. So sometimes we need to take stair steps. And as I've shared you before, the spiritual truth is this. It takes no more energy spiritually for you and your creator to manifest $1 million than it does $1,000. Because there is no degree of difficulty in the spiritual world, in what some folks call the field, in what some folks call the quantum. There's no difficulty there. Remember, in quantum physics, the wave exists in superpositions. It's all things at all times until you attach an intention to it. It could be anything you believe it to be. Am I making any sense to anybody? So start there. Start there as it relates to money amounts. Okay. And if that's where you need to start. Now, some of you all say, I've been doing this a while. Of course, I'm ready for 100,000. That's believable to me. $1 million is okay. Do that. Some of y'all with positions on jobs. I know people who are working jobs that don't have the degree for, the education for, but they knew the job was theirs. So if they possessed the job, their faith showed them this is the job. What happened was reality had to comply. So they got hired to do the job. And many of them did the job effectively for many years. I have testimony after testimony after testimony of people I've prophesied to or prayed to receiving jobs they weren't qualified for that came to pass time after time after time after time after time. It was believable to them. So in this scene, this is why doing the inner work up to the point where we put in the work, we gotta get rid of this old scarcity mindset, limitation mindset, I can't do mindset, this is too hard kind of stuff. You got to get rid of that. You got to deal with that. You got to excavate that stuff, dig it up, oust it, expel it, so that you can shift internally into the person and the being who know that they know that they know that they know this is done, who know that they know that they know this is incredibly highly believable. And I'm living it now like it's a memory. That's how believable it is. That's how easy it is. Come on here, somebody. And yes, you can have never received $1 million, which most people do, and manifest that. I know people personally, and time after time after time, again, they could conceive to believe that they were multi-millionaires. You got to conceive to believe whatever it is faith has created in your imagination, that it is highly believable, knowable, watch this, and I am it already. If you look in the mirror and you need to lose 100 pounds, you got to believe that you are 100 pounds less. You got to believe that it is done. You got to believe that it is so. And even when you look in that mirror, you got to start seeing a slimmer you. Oh my goodness. What did y'all think about today's presentation? Tell me real quickly what you think, how you feeling. It's time to give. It's time to give. I want you to prepare your hearts and minds to give. It's time, it's time, it's time, it's time. Thank you so much. And I'm going to be looking for your feedback. $AG Green, $AG Green Enterprises. Let's see here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everybody. Appreciate you for your feedback. Anybody else? Anybody else? Were you able to take away something practical that you can use in your spiritual journey today? Were you able to take away some practical things that you can apply to the mental, that you can apply to the spiritual? Talk back to me. Were you able to take some nuggets away that you can apply in terms of whatever was said throughout the course of the presentation, including the end? Because I want to give you information that's applicable. If I give you information and you don't know how to apply it or it's not applicable, then you're not going to reap the benefits of it. I want you to be able to reap the benefits of it. Let's see. The presentation, very enlightening. Love the breakdown. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you for your feedback today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're praying in the inner chamber, inner self, within your inner self. You step out of the brain into the pure you that's consciousness. You're closing the door. You're closing the door. And a lot of times we don't do a good job of closing the door and shutting everything out and existing in that pure state. We're going to talk about that more. This is a state that you get to in meditation. This is a state that you get to in meditation. This is a state that you get to all the time when you come out of your body, but some people don't identify with it as an out-of-body experience, but definitely through meditation. You can get to a place in the state in your meditation, you don't hear nothing in the room. You know you're in a different place. This is you being, I guess the word is subsumed and absorbed, allowing yourself to be absorbed consciously in a state of awareness in your native state as a spiritual being that's connected to the creator source of sustaining all things. It feels like bliss. It feels like heaven. It feels so good. It feels like anything is possible. Your well-being is immeasurable. When you get to that state, family, the door has been closed. You can have what you want, literally. You can possess what you want. Wow, I felt that one. I felt that one. I felt that one. Thank you, Miss Linda. Appreciate you. All right, don't forget our Patreon community is growing by the week. Thank those who have heard the call and have answered, and others who are answering. And again, we're vibing with our tribe. Introduce our community to people whom you know are ready to deconstruct religion and ready to live purely by spiritual principles and spiritual laws. And you can tell that they're ready to break out of the shell. They're ready to evolve, to transform, and to ascend. You can see this, share links, send videos, invite them to connect with our community. They can always start free and then join as a paid member later. Okay. All right. Again, I got a blog article out, new podcast, video and audio. I need y'all to check it out for me. And would you share the podcast with people? Who's going to share the audio or video podcast with people this week? Let me see. Who's going to share it with somebody who needs it this week? The video or audio podcast. Let me see. Thank you for the likes and hearts that's coming in. Who's going to share? I want to know who's going to share. Let me see. Let me get some commitments from y'all before I sign off here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to share? Anybody else want to share? Going to share? Because this is the way on a grassroots level, word of mouth. And then people are changed because I show up here every week to do what I can to help people as much as I possibly can to get a little bit better or a whole lot better. This is my purpose, elevating the tide so all boats will rise. I'm going to say it again. I'm elevating the tide so all boats will rise. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm elevating the tide so all boats will rise. Releasing you with the shalom blessing. Shalom, shalom, peace, wholeness, prosperity, nothing missing, nothing broken. Love you so dearly. It is so. So it is. Enjoy your day and your week. It's great.